our first Legacy podcast. So my name is Michel Aristil, a broker, agency broker for Legacy One Real Estate, and I have the pleasure to have with me today my partner, Ty Belford.
How you doing?
We're doing good, man.
Yeah.
So this is so exciting. We actually right now sitting in his living room, or what are you going to
What is this? This is a. Is it a den? What is it, man?
Former living room.
Yeah. These open floor plans, man. It's like one big room anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So we actually sitting there. You should see the big setup and a beautiful home. We're sitting here right now shooting. So this is way overdue, like I've always said. But today we're actually shooting. So
Absolutely.
we're taking action.
That's right.
So how you doing, Ty?
I'm doing good, man. How about you?
Doing great. I'm glad we're doing this. So today we're gonna talk a little bit about Legacy One Real Estate.
Legacy One Real Estate.
Yes, you heard the name right. We're going to tell you just a little bit about it. We're not going to go too much in detail.
Right.
So I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. I've been in business and real estate for almost 6 years now. Started out back in 2019 or before that, way before that, go way back, and got my license. I didn't do anything with it for a whole year.
Mm-hmm.
Went to Africa and come back and hit the floor running. I was with Southstate 5-Star Realty at the time, and it's been great since. And then 2 months ago, we started to partner up to open Legacy One Real Estate.
Absolutely.
And a little bit background about yourself, Ty.
Well, so I have a background in. I guess I'm a serial entrepreneurial individual person. So, but my background is in marketing. If anyone does know me from seeing this video, they may recognize me from Four Corners Creative, which we do online advertising. Mm-hmm. What people don't know is that what I've always called the ministry within my work as a marketer was my opportunity to work with small businesses, startup companies, a lot of minority-owned businesses, a lot of veteran-owned businesses. But the mission was to help individuals create equity. So working with business owners, not only am I helping them grow their business, but I'm helping them create an equity scenario, something that they can pass along to their next generation. So jumping into real estate, if you think about that concept, there's some overlap in with regards to the purpose behind it all or the why behind it all. Because like owning your own business, owning your own property. That's also about legacy exactly. And about equity. And so that's why, I felt that it was a great opportunity for Michelle and I to partner, you and I to partner together. Because I think not only are we good businessmen, but we both care about people.
Exactly.
So I always believe about giving somebody their flowers. Not too long ago, I presented you and your wife Jahida with this the legacy mentality gym.
It's in my office right there.
I meant that from the bottom of my heart. You guys set the example for being. You mentioned going to Africa, and you guys have been so many other places since we known each other to do humanitarian efforts and those things. And definitely looking forward to that part of this too, being able to travel and give back and create legacy in other ways.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for all that. Thanks for the plaque, man. I remember you gave me that, and my wife. It's very rewarding and encouraging and motivating every time I see it, and the legacy mentality. And when we met, we started hanging out with the crew.
Absolutely, with the crew,
talking about legacy, building legacy, and then also you mentioned something very important. We in the mission of serving people. Helping. We're servants first.
Absolutely.
We don't put money first. The money will come.
Right.
A wise man told me that focus on the exercise and the result will come. So
Absolutely.
we focus on helping people, serving people.
Oh, my stomach again. Go ahead, say it again.
We focus on actually helping people and serving people. So that's why, hence, legacy, building legacy, the legacy mentality, and you big on that. And hence, when we were trying to come up with the name for the brokerage, I said the name legacy has to be in it.
Absolutely.
Legacy, because that's why helping. My goal is to help as many people as possible to become homeowners, to have their own home. Not only just that, to also invest in real estate.
Absolutely.
To become, property owners,
Absolutely.
Investors as well. And that's what we're going to be doing with Legacy One Real Estate. So we're going to tell, I know your story back in, you still have this up there with your shoes.
Oh, yeah. So maybe when we edit this, we'll edit in.
Yeah.
But there is upstairs, there's a pair of shoes. So, we all come from humble beginnings.
Yeah.
I'm originally from Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
I did grow up in my early years, I lived in the city, and then later in my teens, I moved to the suburbs. But there was a time where I was a door-to-door salesperson, and it's a joke, but I literally almost walked from Michigan to Miami. Not all the way to
It's a long
truth,
distance.
but there was a lot of different places that I'd stopped from, Michigan to Pittsburgh to Philadelphia to Virginia to North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and then found my way into Florida back in the early 2000s. But most of that time, I was a door-to-door salesperson, and there's a pair of shoes upstairs, which is in a plaque in a glass shadow box. Is one pair of many. It's the sole of the shoe, and you can see that yes, my bare foot was on the ground.
Wow.
And I think those shoes were from. I think I was in the Pittsburgh area. I did a campaign with the Pittsburgh Penguins, so it was not only my foot was on the ground, but there was snow on the ground.
Wow.
I remember having those shoes on, and my socks wet and cold, and so
That's dedication, man.
dedication, man. But I learned a lot in that process, and I'm grateful.
Yeah, and I bet your why is so big enough, like they've said, your why got to be so big that it scares you.
Oh,
And-
absolutely.
And looking at that plaque, from time to time, it is at a great location where you can, from where I'm seeing right now, your office, you can look at it from time to time.
Absolutely.
Something that reminds you of, your background and
Absolutely. You need those indicators of
Yeah.
referencing like where you came from and where you are now. Again, I always go back to Detroit, right? So in the garage, you haven't seen my other thing on the wall. So in my gym, because I'm trying to look like this guy, right?
Yeah,
So I got a
right.
gym in
Yeah,
this
right.
garage over here. But on the wall, I'm not going to tell you how I got it because I don't want to get anybody in trouble. But I have an actual I-75 street sign on the wall. And the significance of the I-75 is that that's how you get here.
Yeah,
From
yeah,
where I'm
yeah.
from to here, from Detroit back down to Southwest Florida, you could take I-75 all the way.
to Southwest
And I didn't walk it literally, but I did ride a motorcycle once.
wow, all the way from Detroit to here.
From Detroit to Miami, I had to get there. I was in my early 20s living on South Beach, and I had to get my motorcycle back down here.
Yeah, ladies, our backgrounds really, I'm from Haiti, and from a family of 10, and I've seen my dad work so hard
Yeah.
as a servant. He was a pastor. I'm a PK, and I've told people that, and we would be sleeping in the neighborhood, and then we would hear knock because my dad is the director of an orphanage, and at 4:00 in the morning, you would hear somebody banging actually at the gate. And my dad would wake up and go see it's a pregnant lady that lives in the neighborhood
Wow.
that's in labor, and then there's no transportation to take her to the hospital. And my dad would just get up and no question and just go help that lady. And I've developed a heart of servant from seeing that.
Right.
And I love helping people, and it shows. So we're not bragging about that, and then that's why our background, to qualify us for for what we do. Being in real estate, helping people, put people in their home, educate them about being a homeowner,
Right.
instead of staying in rent, educating about the financial literacy,
Right.
things like that. This put us, at a good position because we've been there. We've with our background.
Absolutely,
So-
absolutely. I'm not a preacher's kid, but my dad wasn't a preacher, but my mother
mom
was.
was,
My
yeah.
mother was an evangelist,
Yeah.
and she spent some time in Africa, some time in Haiti. She actually lived in Ouagadougou,
Wow.
which is in Burkina Faso. Ouagadougou is the capital of Burkina Faso. Some of her last years on this earth she spent there. So it's that background that we both have.
Yep.
Not only being born and raised in the church, but just having good morals and good principles. And by your father being a servant, setting the example. My mother being a servant, setting the example. One thing I always think about is like if this is my formula, and I believe it's your formula too. It may not be the truth for everyone, but I feel like if your mission is to have enough to bless and pour into others, by default you become abundant because it's only possible.
Yeah.
It's only possible to help others
Yeah.
if you actually have more than you can
Yep,
hold
I
on to
agree.
and you
I
need,
agree.
right? And so the I guess the pitfall of that, or where you can go wrong, is to become a hoarder and you hold on because nothing gets out but nothing gets in.
Yeah.
You understand? So I think you and I have that kindred spirit. From the day that I first met you, I believe that we have that in likeness with regards to understanding
Yeah.
the philosophy and the reward. You know, we know that's our formula. We
Yeah.
know that the more people we help, the more that we have. My
Exactly.
blessings are not directly from my work. You know,
Yeah.
it's like it's basically because not the work I do for myself. It's what I do,
Do for
for everyone
others.
else.
Yeah.
You know, and then the overflow, you know, allows us to have the life that we have.
Yeah. Well, so you guys will be seeing at Legacy Real Estate. It's gonna be epic. You
Oh,
know,
man. Yo.
we're just getting started, and the amount of people we're about to help, and from clients to agents,
Absolutely,
we're about
absolutely.
to recruit. That's why we're taking our time to recruit.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we're coming for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We want to put together a
Yeah.
core dream team.
Yeah.
We don't know the date yet, but
Yeah.
you know, we discussed if we would make an announcement or not. We won't make an announcement, but we are going to have some type of launch
mixer like
type
launch,
of deal
yeah.
coming up. And I've already, if I haven't mentioned to you, but I've already started putting together a little bit of a presentation.
Oh, nice.
And
I know you're good for that. That's
so in that presentation, we're going to speak some things into existence.
Yes.
Because I see Legacy One real estate that already exists,
Mm-hmm.
but also see Legacy One development. Because if you guys don't know, this guy right here would be a general contractor pretty soon.
Yes.
You understand? So
Yes.
there's that division.
Oh, yeah.
And then we have Legacy One Investments,
Mm-hmm.
which you know, we're already helping individuals buy their second property
Yeah.
or buy a rental property.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll become more intentional with that. We not long ago, you know, we had a conversation with Kevin about
yeah.
the Caribbean. So we're gonna have our Caribbean
Start going
division.
international, yeah.
You know, so our international efforts. So there's a lot to come. You know, I'm excited. I know you're
Oh,
excited.
yes, very excited. You know, I can't wait, and I know a lot of you guys that are watching. You know, want to be part of it. We will definitely let you know. We will reach out to you, and we'll
Absolutely.
send out the invites for the actual mixer, the launch mixer, the official date of launching
Right.
Legacy One Real Estate. It will be epic, and this whole Southwest Florida, the whole Florida, the whole country, the Caribbean will know about us.
Absolutely.
Because our intention is to really to help to serve our people and to get more people to become, you know, homeowners. You know,
Absolutely.
and
Absolutely.
investors and all that and all
Absolutely.
that stuff.
And you know, as we grow, what we realize is that we can't and we don't expect to do it all ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So there are some, you know, as we grow, there are some key players that we will bring onto our team
Mm-hmm.
to help us be more diverse and more strong on every pillar and every corner. We won't make the announcement now, but there is actually a third team member already. But we'll make that announcement at a later date. But she's a rock star.
Yes,
so,
she is.
so we're excited about that opportunity.
Yeah.
I could throw a hint out there, but y'all might get it, so I won't do
Yeah,
that.
we're not gonna do that.
Yeah, but yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm super excited. Shout out to PNB Home Group. I got to do
Yes.
that. That's our lending partner.
Yeah, she's doing a great job.
Doing a great
man.
job. You know, I happen to
closing
know her
goal.
pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, she pulled its miracle last Friday, and that was just taken to another agent, actually Jackie, and I was telling Jackie how, you know, Pam pulled that deal, and she was like, "No way." I'm like, "Yes, she did. She's
Yes,
like,
she
"Yeah,
did.
she's a miracle. She pulled that miracle last minute. We closed that deal."
You know what? You know, everything that she goes through in the peripheral, somewhere off to the side, and sometimes even more intimate. I go through it too.
Of course.
And you know, I believe that not only did she will her way into that, but I believe that it was a necessity for that family to have what they had.
exactly.
You know what I mean? And it's like, even with what they went through,
Yeah.
it made it even sweeter. You know,
Yes, yes.
even though it was a lot of drama and trauma,
Yeah.
and discomfort through the process, it was so sweet at the end, man. And I'm happy for that family. I'm happy for you, Michelle, to go through that and
you.
stick with your client all the way through. I'm impressed. You know, in my other business, honestly, I fire clients all the time. but in this case, because this is our ministry more so, and this is what we are.
Yeah,
you know,
we
this is
don't
one of those
give up.
divine purposes scenarios. So you didn't give up. No one gave up.
Yep.
No one gave up believing. And then on that, what day of the week was it? A Friday or
Yeah, we ended up
on that
shooting
Friday morning?
Man.
It was biblical. It all
Yes.
happened.
Oh, yeah,
so
it was.
so I'm excited.
You know,
For that
it was,
family.
and I was so, and like again, I'm so excited for that family. Like one thing I told Pam, because I remember a couple months ago, I helped the sister get into a
Yeah,
home
yeah.
at Brandon House, and I remember the day of closing, the whole family
Absolutely.
came on the closing tables. The same thing happened on Friday.
Yeah.
They came and supported that sister, and then I remember that actually that one sister I've not purchased yet,
Right.
and she was so genuinely happy for her sister, and she started praying. Like, remind me of my grandma. She started praying, blessing that home, and that for that alone, I wanted it. She had. I didn't want
had
give
to
up.
happen.
She had to happen.
Right.
She had to
It had
have her
to
own
happen.
home, and they happened to live walking distance from each other. I didn't even plan it. You know, they
Wow.
actually two brand new homes, construction. They they
In
can
Naples,
walk to
right?
each other's house. Yep, in Naples.
Well, we
And,
still in
dedicated
Naples.
state.
We still live in Naples sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, this is what we do, guys. It's we love what we do. It's a blessing to help people, to bless people, to get get people into homes. We love what we do. It's our passion.
It's our passion. Absolutely. So later today, I have 2 showings, and it's funny because the showing, I guess I can say this. So the showing is with, I won't say who it is, but it's with someone that we've already done business with. We've actually sold them a home before, not long ago. And it was a little bit of drama too. It was like one of those scenarios where I say this part, the husband was actually one of the general contractors that did work on the home to build the home.
Wow.
With the anticipation that he would one day buy the home. So he went the extra mile and did a lot of extra work, assuming that he would buy it one day when it was completed. And it didn't all go smooth. There was some issues with, it was some issues. I know there's some sensitive areas that we can't discuss as, real estate professionals, but it all worked out. And now, months later, not even that long ago, maybe 6 months later, we're going out this afternoon to look for their investment property.
Wow.
So we went from struggling to get the home that they would live in to not even a year later, or just over 6 months later, now we're out looking at a rental investment property. So
great.
that's amazing, and to be able to help individuals do that, to create legacy, to create equity. It's a blessing. I love doing this every day. It's good
That's
stuff.
the go. Yeah, we'll be doing at Legacy One Real Estate. We'll be doing a lot of education. It's not just. I mean, we're not just gonna do sales. I mean, I can tell people we sell, but we educate because the sale will come.
Right.
So
right.
the education is more important than the sale because the sale will
Right,
come.
and we assist.
Yeah, we assist.
We assist
Yeah.
because I don't think we can really convince someone to want to own a home if they
Exactly.
don't.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Now, what we may do is let you understand and be aware that it's possible. I think a lot of people, especially our community, the Black and Brown community, just don't think it's within their
possible.
cards. Like it's not even, and we were that way. In fact, my wife and I, we're in our second home, but we were together for maybe 13 years and we didn't own a home.
Yeah.
You understand? And we didn't have bad credit. We had decent credit.
Yeah.
We've always made decent money, but we just never thought it was in our cards. It was possible. And we were paying a mortgage for all those years, but somebody else's mortgage, and so now, we're in a different situation because we changed our mentality,
Yes,
we've
that's
changed
important.
our vantage point
Yep.
and got good counsel. We've had good mentors and good people to leverage, and good friendships and good relationships to help leverage, because stay observant and keep being a student.
That's what it is. We will we'll continue to empower you. Actually, the word empowerment. We will empower you. That there are a lot of people that, like you said, don't believe, they don't think they can own a home. The mindset will help you think. Yes, it's possible. Yes, you deserve to be.
Right.
To own your own home. Yes, you can. Where we will take you through the steps. There's a lot of fears out there. We will make it easy for you because we don't give up. Trust me. We will
No
make
one
it
gives up
easy
on this
for
team.
you.
Yep.
We will educate you, from A to Z. We will walk you through the process, and then at the end you'll be like, "Wow, you."
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you said we don't give up, and we do not give up because we are responsible and accountable, and we feel like this is a divine mission.
Yes, it is.
But I'll say this. Actually, on our website, somewhere on there, on legacy1realestate.com, there's like these rules of engagement. if it's with us or any other realtor or mortgage broker or any real estate professional, if they're independent like we are, they're not working for a large corporation. We don't make money unless we get you guys in that home.
Yeah.
So be cognizant of that and be respectful of our time or any real estate professional's time. It's a hard profession when all the cards aren't on the table. And so, again, we won't go down those paths and those stories. But, in a little bit of time I've been in the industry and a longer time that you've been in the industry, we've both had scenarios already where the cards went all on the table when things took longer than they should have happened, looked longer to happen than they should have. Or I don't think there's been a case where we couldn't rise up above it all and make it happen. But there's been some delays and there's been some discomfort basically because, individuals didn't feel, they weren't being dishonest, but they just didn't feel like they wanted to share that information, maybe not realizing it was important. But don't, if you're buying a home, don't open a new line of credit. Don't even pay anything off. Whatever your credit was, when your credit was first ran by your mortgage broker or loan originator or loan officer, leave it alone. If that was good enough to get you a pre-qualification, leave it alone. Don't pay nothing off. Don't add nothing to it for sure. Don't buy a new car. Don't quit your job.
That's a big one.
Don't get a divorce and don't get married. There's a few more things on the list. But all those things, when you're in a home purchasing process, are important. Unless it's a cash deal, then you can do whatever you want to do.
You get your cash.
I had one of those recently. That was pretty cool.
I did a video on that. The 10 commandments of things not to do when purchasing a home. And these are things we'll be doing, in the process of working with a new client. We will sit you down. We will, give you all the, the steps, things of what not to do. And of course, you have to trust us. As we're working with you, you have to trust us because we have, we're the expert in the business. We went to, real estate class. We know what we're doing.
Absolutely.
We've been in the business. Everything that you're doing, you're not sure, just reach out to us. You can never call me, don't hesitate to call me. If you have a question, if you're not sure about something you're doing, give me a call. Give your loan officer a call, whoever you're working with, because the loan officer we're working, we would know who it is. If it's PNB Group or any other loan officer you're working with, just don't do anything until you actually contacted us, consult us.
Because it doesn't mean you can't do it all the time. It just means that we need to be ahead of it so we can advise you on how to do it, or if there's a bank involved, so we can collect the right documentation, so there's a good justification and there's no delays. Because you don't want to lose out on the opportunity because of your lack of understanding. So no, I don't think anyone purposely wants to sabotage their deal. But sometimes you wonder.
I know, right? Did you do that on purpose?
Did you do that on purpose? Are you having survivor's remorse? Do you feel guilty for buying this house?
Well, guys, we're not going to keep this podcast so long because this was pretty much our first podcast.
Yeah, man, I think we did pretty good.
This first introduction, we were trying to keep it under 30
I keep
minutes.
Forgetting to hold my stomach in, though. Hold on, go ahead.
We will go all the way for a whole hour, and then I know you would probably watch it. So we'll have a lot of other podcasts coming up. We're going to be doing podcasts on different subjects.
Absolutely.
That we talk about,
and it won't all be about real estate, as you can tell.
Exactly. It doesn't have to be about real estate. It's going to be something empowerment. And,
might talk about places that we've been together. We talk about Nashville.
Yeah, some funny stories.
Talk about pineapples. We won't talk about pineapples. We'll talk about pineapples. Anyway, don't think without... If y'all know about pineapple, shame on you. We learning. Anyway.
That's what another podcast.
See, I'd open a whole can of worms.
Yeah. So... Well, thank you for watching. Before I leave, also shout out to Joanna over there with Southeast Title Insurance.
Absolutely.
Our backbone, working in the background. And thank you for all you do. We just did a podcast the other day. It's actually on Facebook. You can go and watch it and about title work.
There you go. And I'll give a shout out to PNB Home Group. I told you I know her pretty well. Pamela happens to be my wife. And then A+ Property Service, Jose, you guys have been doing a great job with helping some of our investment property owners, rehab their homes and take them to the next level. So,
and of course, shout out to Four Corners.
Oh yeah, because Four Corners,
shout
that
out-
company does all our marketing and advertisement.
Yeah,
and so,
definitely.
Yeah, happen to know the owner of that company too.
And of course, so we're gonna keep this short. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.
All right, peace, love, and happiness.